Welcome to the 2020 Yoruba Village Drum Festival. Today, the day before Father's Day, we at the Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago extend special greetings to fathers everywhere. We appreciate and understand the important role that you play in the lives of your children and the development of our youth. We begin today's proceedings with the National Anthem of Trinidad and Tobago. The Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago, in collaboration with the University of the West Indies Open Campus, is pleased to bring you this evening the 2020 Virtual Yoruba Village Drum Festival. For the last 11 years, the Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago has gone to the Yoruba Village Square in Port of Spain in order to pay tribute to the ancestors of the Yoruba Village community, to educate our nation about the history and achievements of the people of this community, to advocate for the renaming of the streets in this community to reflect the achievements of the people and its history, to advocate for the removal of the statue of Christopher Columbus from within that community, and to recognize the contribution of the elders and that of the youth in the Yoruba village community today. This year, as we celebrate the 50th year of the Black Power Revolution in Trinidad and Tobago, the beginning of the second half of the decade for people of African descent, the 182nd anniversary of the emancipation of Africans from chattel slavery, we at the Emancipation Support Committee, as part of our continued advocacy for a just society, the empowerment and well-being of Africans everywhere, confirm our solidarity with the International Black Lives Matter campaign and the international uprising for the dismantling of the vestiges and symbols of colonial oppression. Today, however, we will celebrate and we will gain renewed strength, courage, and determination for the battle ahead as we share the beautiful musical energy of our culture with our drummers, dancers, and rhapsody artists. We will appreciate the contribution of our elders with the presentation of the Keeper of the Tradition Award, and the achievement of our youth with the award in recognition of the United Nations International Day of the African Child. We will also receive greetings from the Ambassador of South Africa and the Head of Corporate Communications of East Port of Spain Development Company. And our Director of Education, Dr. Claudius Fergus, will share some history of the Yoruba Village community. We thank you for joining us from the safety of your homes. We continue today's proceedings with our libations and a drum call led by Ulrich Francois, well better known as Brother Knocker, the first recipient of the Keeper of the Tradition Award. And he is joined today by no other than Brother Everard Redman Watson, who is this year's recipient. Following the libation, our Master of Ceremonies for today, Kyle Lawrence Cox, will take you through today's program.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to pour libation. Libation is life. Libation is cleansing. Libation is purification. Libation is water, eternal water of life. Without the water, you cannot live, you cannot die. This is your blood. This is everything in life. And we are about to offer this water unto the Creator that it may be sanctified, that it may be blessed to bring purification to us all. I offer this water to the east, to the west, to the north, and to the south, to heaven and to earth. I say sanctify, sanctify, sanctify. Omi tutu, ona tutu, ai tutu, tutu lawe. I give you a papa, palm oil which is soft and smooth, to make our lives and our paths soft and smooth. I give you tea, which is strong, which gives energy and purification and edification to all our endeavors that make our work well done and endure. And I give you oil, honey for sweetness, to make our lives sweet and all our doing be prosperous in order name and Erodomer and powerful name. Give you grains, Mama Letta, purification of the earth, the one that feed us all, teach us all, keep all things alive. Share the blessings to this house, blessings to the house, share the grains to the house, share the grains to the house. Shile ku.
Hello and happy Father's Day, a very important day, that is, if I may say so myself. And welcome to this year's virtual version of the Yoruba Drum Festival 2020. On behalf of the Emancipation Support Committee, I would like to thank you for joining us from the comfort of your homes as we give you an evening of fun, rhythm, and culture. I am your host, Kyle Lawrence Cox. And this evening is going to be a very entertaining one. I ask you to tell your friends to join us on Facebook, or you could join us on UWTV and Flow Evo. And this is all being facilitated by the open campus of the University of the West Indies. Nice. We have just heard from the new executive chair of the Emancipation Support Committee, Auntie Zakia Uzuma Wadada. And Auntie Zakia is no stranger to the committee because she has been the executive director for the past 15 years. The excitement continues. Help me welcome Umo, the Egbe Umo Uni Isheshe Traditional African Association, a group of multi-talented youths from shrines from the Southland, and Egbe ensures that our many traditional African cultural forms are preserved and thrives. And they'll be followed by the lyrical lioness, Nefta, hailing from Belmont. And music has been with her from the tender age of 2, as she has grown from school benches to national stages.
Yeah, awa lo lejo, lawa benika nika, lawa o, awa lo lejo baba. Lawa benika nika, lawa. Yeah, lawa benika nika, lawa o. Lawa benika nika, lawa o. Yeah, awa lo lejo. Lawa benika nika, lawa o. Yeah, Elina yeah, yeah. Tina bonile, Elina waloko.
we're not guinea pigs. Children of Africa. Children of Africa, we're not guinea pigs. Africa and the diaspora, we no lab rats. Why they keep testing us? Why do they continue to envy us? must be something they see in us. Whoa, whoa. Unto them, children of Africa, we're not guinea pigs. Children of Africa, children of Africa, we're not guinea pigs. Africa and the diaspora, we no lab rats. Something they see in us. Black magic, they recognize in us. Why do they envy us? Whoa, whoa. Unto them, children of Africa, we're not guinea pigs. Children of Africa, children of Africa, we're not guinea pigs. Africa and the diaspora, we no lab rats. Why they keep, tell me why they keep testing us. Why they keep, whoa, unto them. Why they keep, tell me why they keep testing us. Why they keep, whoa, unto them. Oh, whoa, oh, unto them, children of Africa, children of Africa. Oh, whoa.
We are here today at the Yoruba Village Square in East Dry River, Port of Spain. The Yoruba village was really a Pan-African melting pot that evolved over time to include areas such as Belmont, Laventille, Success Village, Sealards, stretching as far as Never Dirty Morva. Now the original settlers in Yoruba village, which was quite forested in the early 19th century, were Maroons. Some of them were local Maroons, and the others were Maroons that had escaped slavery in North America during the Anglo-American War of 1812. And they were brought here in 1815 and settled mainly in the Laventille area. We're still here in the Yoruba Square, but at the majestic silk cotton tree which was planted by the Yoruba people. Now let me tell you how the vast majority of the Yoruba people came to Trinidad and to Yoruba Square. During the 19th century and even into the 20th century, Yoruba village was the cultural capital of African peoples in Trinidad. And that's because the liberated Africans in particular brought their African traditional cultures with them when they settled here after their indentureship. We have, for example, the Orisha, which is well known, the Yoruba Orisha religion, but we also have a family in Belmont that still practice the Rada, which is the religion of the Ewe and Fon peoples. We have, in addition to that, the Muslim religion. The first Muslims in Trinidad were liberated Africans. We have, for example, Jonas Muhammad Bath setting up his mosque in what is today Bath Street. And very interestingly, these liberated Africans also brought Africanized forms of Christianity into Yoruba village. That's because many of the liberated Africans that came from the ports out of Sierra Leone were already converted to Christianity. And those forms of African Christianity became the core of the Shouters or spiritual Baptist religion in North Trinidad. There were many other aspects of the culture that are still part of the cultural legacy of Trinidad. For example, they brought their foodways here. We know about their fufu, for example, moin moin, which is made from black-eyed peas, and a host of other foods. They brought their dress, they brought their dance, their music. They also brought their cooperative institutions such as Susu and Gayap as well. Particularly the Igbo and the Yoruba would have made a tremendous contribution to the evolution of carnival in the 19th century, particularly in terms of the masquerades and mask making and so on. But in addition to that, the Yoruba, Igbo, and the other groups in Yoruba village were instrumental in advancing the cause of justice and humanity for African peoples. In defending their cultural independence, they participated in the Cambole riots of 1884. And we know that they were very instrumental as well in the 1970 Black Power Revolution. Now, it's really a shame and a scandal that not very far from Yoruba village, we have the monstrous statue of one of the greatest criminals of modern time, Christopher Columbus. We are calling on the mayor, as we have called on him before, to take the statue down. There's no better time than now with the global uprising against racism and white supremacy. Mr. Mayor, stand up and be counted.
We are very grateful for that presentation delivered there on the Yoruba village by Dr. Claudius Fergus, who is a retired senior lecturer at the Department of History, University of the West Indies, St. Augustine campus. And he specializes in the abolition of the British colonial slavery and the transatlantic slave trade. His major work is entitled Revolutionary Emancipation, Slavery and Abolitionism in the British West Indies. And he is also the committee's director of education and research. You are now about to enjoy the distinct sound of Sankofa, a group of Ghanaians right here in Trinidad and Tobago who aim to bring the rich heritage and culture of West Africa to Caribbean communities. Sankofa has been to a number of our local schools here, and they are very interested in getting the knowledge to our young people. In the Akan language, Sankofa means go back and take. And they will be followed by the Claxton Day Tambu Bamboo Group, which was formed by the elders of the Toby family who used to gather for wakes and whatnot. And now they are the #1 Tambu Bamboo Group in Trinidad and Tobago. As we reminisce on those two performances there by the Clarkson Bay Tambu Bamboo and Sankofa, ask yourself, what African tradition could we go back and take to use in our modern society? I take this opportunity to welcome and invite Mr. Arthur Lewis, Head of Corporate Communications at the East Port of Spain Development Company, to bring greetings. And Mr. Lewis's greetings will be followed by Persistent Drummers from St. Barb's Community in Lavantil.
The Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters who continue to toil in the field in honor of our ancestors of this, the sacred ground known as East Port of Spain. And as we remember, reconnect and recommit to the 50th anniversary of the 1970 Black Power Revolution and the unequivocal change it has brought to the landscape of Trinidad and Tobago, and similarly, as we celebrate throughout the world the second half of the United Nations International Decade for People of African Descent, we give thanks. The East Port of Spain Development Company Limited will continue to stand in solidarity with the people of East Port of Spain and those with history in and of East Port of Spain, in contributing to the struggle and history of a place that has and continues to contribute to Trinidad and Tobago in ways unimaginable. Contributions sadly underappreciated, and in some instances, sadly, unnoticed. East Port of Spain is the repository of some of the country's leading and richest cultural heritage, mostly known by many as the birthplace of Trinidad and Tobago Carnival. But may I add, there is so much more. It is the home to some of the brightest, biggest intellectuals, leading sportsmen and leading sportswomen in various disciplines, business leaders and leaders of different kinds in every aspect of life. Interestingly, As we celebrate 50 years in recognition of the Black Power Revolution of 1970, our brothers and sisters around the world are currently in a revolution, fighting for equal treatment. As a key stakeholder, it is with great pride that we embrace this special opportunity to join with the rest of the movement and congratulate all people of African descent in this, the 2020 edition of the Yoruba Drum Festival. One quite different from those held previously, as the world continues to struggle with this global pandemic. We share the thoughts and visions of the founding fathers of this event. We recognize their efforts that have grown over the years, and we further salute them. On behalf of the Board of Directors, Management and staff of the East Port-of-Spain Development Company, I am Arthur Lewis, Head of Corporate Communications, and I extend sincere congratulations to all involved. Asi. God bless.
We say thank you to persistent drummers again and Mr. Lewis. And in your spare time, do a little Google search and see the importance of the African drum to our spirituality and our culture. Next, we have a treat. Lester Macmill, popularly known from the Rapso community as Mark Mayo. He has been performing for the past 10 years with groups like Breaking New Grounds, Children's Storytime, and Rapso Explosion. And following him, Digoville Drummers, who their style of drumming is folk, and who have worked consistently for the past 35 years with young persons in their community teaching the art of drumming and drum making. And get this, Digoville is one of the groups that started in Port-of-Spain with the late Jaja Onilu, and during the first year of the Emancipation celebrations in 1985.
Na 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 na. I'm a rhapsody man on a rhapsody journey, just fulfilling a rhapsody plan with a rhapsody vibes and a rhapsody focus, just a profile of who I am. A rhapsody man on a rhapsody journey, just fulfilling a rhapsody plan with a rhapsody vibes and a rhapsody focus, just a profile of who I am. We give them the word, song and power. With the art of the ancient, all we have a will that can be measured, just to let the story be told. And then we give them the rhapsody rhythm, and then we give them the rhapsody songs. From the art of the ancient teachers come to unite the world as one. Na 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 na. I'm a rhapsody man on a rhapsody journey, just fulfilling a rhapsody plan with a rhapsody vibes and a rhapsody focus, just a profile of who I am. I'm a rhapsody man on a rhapsody journey, just fulfilling a rhapsody plan with a rhapsody vibes and a rhapsody focus, just a profile of who I am. Oh well, we must unite together, that's the purpose of the fold. Every sister, every brother, whether young or whether old, oh, we must give them a sense of purpose, we must give them a sense of hope. Everyone must feel that true love when we give them the rhapsody words. Na 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 na. I'm a rhapsody man on a rhapsody journey, just fulfilling a rhapsody plan with a rhapsody vibes and a rhapsody focus, just a profile of who I am. I'm a rhapsody man on a rhapsody journey, just fulfilling a rhapsody plan with a rhapsody vibes and a rhapsody focus, just a profile of who I am. We give them the word, song and power. With the art of the ancient, all we have a will that can be measured, just to let the story be told. And then we give them the rhapsody rhythm, and then we give them the rhapsody songs. From the art of the ancient teachers come to unite the world as one. Na 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 na. Everyone. Na 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 na. I'm a rhapsody man on a rhapsody journey, just fulfilling a rhapsody. Thank you very much, and one love at all times, yeah? Blessed love.
free to give Brother Mayo and Digoville a round of applause from your home. To keep the tempo and rhythm going, I bring you yet another drumming group, this time out of St. James. The group was formed by members of the Julia Edwards Dance Company, and they are the St. James Cultural Artisans. And on their heels, we have Samora, better known as Curious Ringo, who grew up in Carenage and was inspired by the neighborhood lyrical battles. And this brother has facilitated Rapso workshops in the Youth Day at the Emancipation Village for the past 9 years.
State of emergency. Time to see the urgency. In a this emergency, in a this state of emergency, I need for my people see the urgency. In a this emergency, cause we got to make a way for you own. I'm telling you, the state of emergency. Now I need for my people think positively. State of emergency, cause the devil's not gonna leave you alone. They say crime going up, kidnapping won't stop, cost of life lie high, it won't make a drop in the poor man pocket. Now that's screwed up. Know them coulda go stop it, but them too glued up to the system them create, curry cook and stewed up. Keep the poor clapping while I eat the food up, crush it hard like ice. You keep the syrup, say that's not nice when this stood up. In the bowl, half of the story never told. All of my people with them try to control and rule them, try to fool them, cause education is the golden rule. And I want the nation use this as a tool. And I need them children to stay in school, get them education, don't be no fool. When Curious Ringo told you, I told you, the state of emergency. Now I need for my people see the urgency in a this emergency, cause you got to make a way for you own. First off, we go legalize, and then we giving people the salaries that they need. That is the unemployed, the underpaid. Give the pensioners a raise. They could lay back in the shade in a rocking chair with a glass of lemonade. And man don't really care if the check come late. Give the youth some incentive to do the same, to live an honest life, carry on the family name. Cause right now, living an honest life, not pain. Youth them in the ghetto, them still feeling the pain. They don't have no playground, the youth's not playing. You got to be strong, that's all you're saying. More community centers on the lane. More street lights might stop the raping. More houses, no more stadiums again. I try to explain cause we feel the pain in this state of emergency. Now I need for my people see the urgency in this emergency. Cause they got to make a way for you home. The state of emergency. Now I need for my people think positively. State of emergency. Cause you got to find a way for your own. Them say positive is the only way to live. So thinking negative never brings you forgiveness in the end. Question what time you think it is when God send the word, you was not listening. Jesus the solution to all the sin. We could take out the confusion from deep within. So don't follow no illusion, have faith in him. Don't underestimate and fall late in him. You see the light, try walk straight in him. I real curious but I celebrating him. With all of my friends who congregate in him. Stand firm, stand strong, show your faith in him. No underestimate, no debating him. He's the king. Come on, go help me sing in this state of emergency. I'm telling you now, state of emergency. I need for my people.
We are grateful again to the St. James Cultural Artisans and Curious Ringo. And we are very, very fortunate that we have greetings from Her Excellency N. Govela, High Commissioner of the Republic of South Africa. Her Excellency is a very long-standing supporter of the Yoruba Drum Festival, and she will be followed by the Shoguna Women Youth Group and Obadred. And the Shoguna Women Youth Group is a group that aims to bridge generational gaps and break gender barriers. Obadred, we know him as one of our top drummers in Trinidad and Tobago.
Esteemed Chairperson and members of the Executive Committee of the Emancipation Support Committee, invited guests, all participants in this year's festival, it's my pleasure once again to bring greetings from the South African High Commission to a very unique event in the annual calendar of Trinidad and Tobago, the Pan-African Festival 2020. This year marks some very important milestones, one being the 70th anniversary of the Black Power Revolution in TT, the second being the 182nd anniversary of emancipation from slavery in all British colonies, and the last but not least, the second half of the decade of the United Nations Decade for the People of African Descent, whose theme is recognition, justice, and development. When we began year 2020, it could not have occurred to us that we will be doing business unusual. During the course of this year, we commemorate this festival 2020 under lockdown. We are having an online festival, but I'm still looking forward to enjoying it and enjoy every moment of it. Meanwhile, we also have another set of circumstances that have conspired to produce another perfect storm. As we are having COVID-19, we also have a renewed fight for justice, equality, respect across the Caribbean Sea, just to the north. What started off as yet another incident of police brutality, sparked by unrest not witnessed in North America since the 1960s, during the wave of uprisings of the civil rights movement. This year, these new uprisings have gone beyond and across the Atlantic, touching all African diaspora and all the people who believe in equality and justice, regardless of their race. A new world should be the end of it, only if and only if we continue to stand up against injustice to the end.
Yo, Mr. Oxford, pay attention to the generation of today. Because this generation of today come to lead the way. Listen, these words that you hear were intended for your ear. I don't want to hear that you're living in fear. I'm a little youth man, black and proud, living in the ghetto and I don't foster from. Second words and meaning as I go along my way, but when I meet the word black I get her as I say, generation come, generation go, but this generation come to really let you know. Mr. Oxford, I say you better think back. We want to know the definition meaning of black, Mr. Oxford. I tell you here what we say, you have to write your dictionary over today, Mr. Oxford. I say you better think back. We want to know your definition meaning of black, Mr. Oxford. I tell you here what we say, you have to write your dictionary over today. Yeah, have to. You have to write it over today. Black is beautiful, we acknowledge that, but through the cradle of time, you try to hide that, but black is the writing on the wall. Moses, Abraham, David and all, even Daniel in the lion's den, my friend, that is black heritage, we just teach you again. Black is the night, green is the grass, blue is the water when the sunlight pass, brown is the ground that you standing on, but black is the liquid that you draw from the brown to keep the energy in your city and your tongue. So Mr. Oxford, I say you better think back. We want to know the definition meaning of black, Mr. Oxford. Hear what we say, you have to write your dictionary over today, Mr. Oxford. I say you better think back. We want to know the definition meaning of black, Mr. Oxford. I tell you, hear what we say, you have to write your dictionary over today. Really like to know. Yo. No. Black is the color that you really have to wear to stand the little heat that linger in the air. Black is the veil that the place on your eyes. You could see the moon and the stars in the sky. Deep in your hibernation. And when you shut down your eyes to the nation. Black is what you see and then you gain your energy. Through the fabrics of time, the shackles that you place in the mind and the words that we use really keep we confined. But black is the board that was standing in the hall where you learn your literature, your mathematics and all that geography you know. History will show through the blackboard. That is how you really know. So Mr. Oxford, I say you better think back. We want to know the definition meaning of black, Mr. Oxford. Tell you here what we say, you have to write your dictionary over today. Listen to the generation of today. You fool my generation, you fool generation upon generation, but this generation, black is beautiful, ain't it? Black lives matter. Peace out.
We say thank you to Her Excellency, the Shoguna's Women and Youth Group, and Obadred. Now, Obadred really has a unique style. This quiet Rapso soldier has performed with Rapso Rhythm Band led by Brother Resistance for the past 3 decades. Yes. Following is the second Freeport Sea Scouts group, and a group formed over 48 years ago from the comfort of your homes. Please enjoy their unique marching band style. But before that, we have some very interesting insights brought to you again by Brother Dr. Claudius Fergus, and he's going to chat with us on some more of the contributions of the Yoruba village.
Every civil rights activist of the 1960s and 1970s would have been familiar with the name Kwame Ture, one of the greatest orators and leaders of the civil rights movement in the United States. Kwame Ture was born right here at 54 Oxford Street, Port-of-Spain, Trinidad, which is on the northern frontier of the original Yoruba village. After migrating to the United States, he became a very influential leader in the Black Power movement, the Black Panther movement, the Student Non-Violent Coordinating Committee, and many other organizations before leaving the United States to settle permanently in Guinea, West Africa. Kwame Ture was one of the many brilliant sons of Yoruba village. The Steel Band movement was born in Yoruba village. One of its early inventors was Winston Spree Simon. One of its great innovators was Bertie Marshall.
And of course, a lot of the original steel bands are still in this area. Casablanca, for example, is in close proximity to Kwame Ture's house. You also have the All-Stars Steel Band, Renegades, Tokyo, Desperados. They are all residential in this area, contributing significantly to the cultural development, not only of Trinidad, but the entire Caribbean and the world as well. In this 50th year anniversary of the Black Power movement, we are calling on the Mayor of Port of Spain and his corporation to initiate the process that is necessary for changing the name of Oxford Street to Kwame Ture Street. We believe that this is the minimum that can be done to honor this great hero. And I would even make a pitch for the mayor to do so this month on the 29th of June, which is the birthday of Kwame Ture. Mr. Mayor, please stand up and be recognized.
Fun fact, like the Black Power Revolution of 1970, the present Black Lives Matter movement is being championed by our young people. Yes, yes. And they are doing well. In 1970, we shouted Black Power. And now today we say Black Lives Matter. Period. And for indeed, all lives do not matter really and truly if black lives don't matter. Anyway, Frontline Drummers, and no, not our beloved frontline workers who we are grateful for. We have Frontline Drummers, who was founded, the group was founded in 1998 by Roger Pascal. And he started it as a school for young persons to learn drumming and took in students as early as the age of 5. And they would be followed by Jillian Gould, also known as Natural, hails from St. Joseph, Trinidad. She was introduced to music at a very tender age, as her father, a musician himself, shared his passion with her.
thanks alive. We rise again. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll rise again, yeah. The system gets so tough, it have no time for giving up and equal rights again, yeah. My people, open up your eyes, I say, yeah. The system gets so tough, it have no time for giving up and equal rights again, yeah. Don't worry about today, don't worry about tomorrow. My Creator will make a brighter day, no pain, no sorrow. Just live a better way and give all the praises unto Him, and He will guide you through to a better place. Hey, hey, we'll rise again, yeah. The system gets so tough, it have no time for giving up and equal rights again, yeah. My people, open up your eyes, I say, yeah. The system gets so tough, it have no time for giving up and equal rights again, yeah. Good morning. Each day that I rise, My creator always by my side. He said, child, you're gonna cut and go through. It's up to you to do the things that I asked of you. You gotta be patient, yeah, and keep your eyes open. You gotta be patient, and he'll be there for you. We'll rise again, yeah. The system gets so tough, it have no time for giving up. An equal rise again, yeah. My people, open up your eyes, I say, yeah. The system gets so tough, it have no time for giving up. An equal rise again, yeah. Rise again, yeah. The system gets so tough, it have no time for giving up. An equal rise again, yeah. I give thanks to life. We'll rise again. Let's keep going.
Amazing performances there by Frontline Drummers and Jillian Gould. Now it's awards time. Every year, the Drum Festival uses the opportunity to present two awards, the Keeper of the Tradition Award and the United Nations International Day of the African Child Award. I take pleasure in inviting Baba Kafra Kambon, former chair of the committee and current director of Regional and Pan-African Affairs, to present the first award, the Keeper of the Tradition Award.
Thank you, Brother Kyle. And I must say that it is a special honor for me to have the privilege of presenting an award to Everald Watson. And if I just said Everald Watson, people may not know who I was talking about. So if I say Everald Redman Watson, then I know that people know who I'm talking about. And he will receive the 2020 Keeper of the Tradition Award. This is an award that the committee presents annually to someone from the Yoruba village community. He is one who has worked diligently to preserve and develop African cultural traditions in the community. Redman, the name by which he is popularly known, is not only known locally, he is an internationally renowned drummer, percussionist, and panman. He's a real keeper of the traditions. He was born and grew up in the Belmont community, which is part of that Yoruba village. His career of over 40 years began at a young age when he participated in community blockoramas and the Best Village competitions. He has performed with almost all the major dance companies in Trinidad and Tobago. He has performed with the top choirs and goes from school choirs right up to the professional choirs such as the Lydians. He has performed with Trinidad and Tobago's most well-known theater companies over the years, including Trinidad and Tobago Theater Workshop and Bagas Theater Company. Among the artists he has accompanied, you would find names like Ella Andal, Tricanal, Andre Tanka, Marshall Montano, and David Rudder. Redman has traveled and performed in 32 countries, and these include some quite exotic ones. You know, you have the Caribbean, you have North and South America, the United Kingdom, but you also have had him traveling to China, Japan, Lebanon, and Wales. Within the Yoruba village community, he has been a member of BP Renegades Steel Orchestra for 36 years. At one time, he captained the band. As a true keeper of the tradition, Redman has continued to combine his national and international success with significant work in our communities. He can be seen on the drum on Emancipation Day. He has been a part of the celebration from its inception. He's an inspiration to African naming days, weddings, and Orisha feasts. his work with young people in communities and schools, very important schools, is a testament to his concern for youth development and commitment to ensure that our African traditions are passed on to the next generation. I really have pleasure and honor to present the award this year, the Keep Up Tradition Award, to artist, a friend, and a brother, Brother Redman. We also have a gift for the brother. My pleasure again to present that.
Alafia to all, Abura Boya Boshishe. I want to begin by giving a heartfelt and hearty thank you to the Emancipation Support Committee for the recognition and for these tokens this evening. You work so hard in life, you know, you put out and you give because of the love of it. And sometimes no rewards comes back. So this was something that would last for life. I want to at this time make a special, appeal and a quote to the youths and to those who come behind. Work hard, work diligently, love what you do, and the rewards will come. You may be able to get awards as yourself, you may be able to travel, whatever. But know yourself, know your culture, know your tradition. And again, it will bring joy and it will bring happiness. I thank you very much to Kafra Kambon, to Sister Zakia, and I want to say everybody have a very happy and a blessed emancipation. Thank you.
Congratulations again to Brother Redmond, who has really dedicated his life to preserving and teaching our culture. And now we move on to the United Nations International Day of the African Child Award. And the UN International Day of the African Child is actually a commemoration of the Soweto riots, which occurred in South Africa on June 16, 1976, some 44 years ago. And that too was another example of young people coming to the fore to really act towards dismantling an unfair and an unjust system. Feel free to have a quick Google check if you think I'm lying. Next, we welcome Auntie Zakia, who is going to present the award, who is also the executive chair.
Good afternoon again, everyone. It is indeed my pleasure to have the opportunity of presenting this award to young Sophia Paul. Sophia is a Form 4 student of the El Dorado East Secondary School, and she is a resident of the Yoruba village community. She lives in Beetham Gardens in Port of Spain. Sophia is a disciplined, well-rounded student who has made significant strides in the area of music while maintaining her good grades. On the academic level, Sophia has received medals for her performance in drama, history, and music. She is also a player on the school's netball team. Now, in addition to all of that, within her own community, Sophia plays the pan, and for no other band than Desperados Steel Orchestra, one of the stalwarts of pan music within the Yoruba village community. Sophia is a senior member of the Desperados Junior Steel Orchestra, and hear this, she is the youngest female double second pan player on both the stage side and road side of the senior Desperados Steel Orchestra. What an achievement for a 16-year-old. Sophia is also a talented dancer. She has been dancing since she is 3 years old. She started with the Marcia Charles Dance Company, and then she moved on to Malik Folk Performers, and now she proudly dances with Sawa South Cultural Organization, where she says that being part of that organization is a real character-building experience for her. Sophia's favorite subject in school is history, and that alone makes you understand the kind of person that she is, because she's very, very interested in understanding the origins of her culture. Sophia is a shining star of our community, and we thank her for her hard work, her focus, her discipline, and her diligence, which would have allowed her to achieve all she has so far. I know she's also very grateful to her parents and her grandparents for their support. Sophia, we thank you for your contribution, and we ask that you continue to shine so that that light would also inspire so many others of the young persons within our Yoruba village community. So on behalf of the Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago, we present you this award in recognition of the United Nations International Day for the African Child. In addition to your plaque, I would like to give you this little gift as also another token of our appreciation. Yeah, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. First, to begin with, I'd like to thank the Almighty God for giving me this experience. Secondly, I'd like to thank the Emancipation Support Committee for presenting me with this award. I'd like to thank my tutors. I'd like to thank my family, my parents, my stepfather, my grandfather, my grandmom. I'd like to also thank Ms. Woodley for giving me this opportunity and for nominating me. And I'd like to thank everyone who supported me on my journey. And this is a tribute to my dad that passed away some years ago and my grandmother. Thank you.
Join me in congratulating again Sophia Paul and encourage her to remain focused and continue striving. And we also encourage you to keep supporting Sophia and children like Sophia. We move on again to another group of young people who have been in existence for only 3 years. And they are filled with young persons who are interested in developing their cultural art form and also their academic excellence. The Sawa South Cultural Organization, and they will be followed by Sister Ava. And Sister Ava is the first and only female who received the Keep of the Tradition Award. A very powerful performer, dancer, poet, chanter, storyteller, community, and cultural activist.
It never rains, it always pours in the ghetto. What's yours is mine, what's mine is yours in the ghetto. No people go and people come in the ghetto. You must never forget that you come from the ghetto. Talking reality, so you know a bonafide. A little boy see him mother crying inside. His sister have a child, and not one pass. She friending with a married man and forget evening class. The brother is a spranger who thief the gas tank. The father gamble away all the money in the bank. The little boy foot too big for his shoe. No money in the house. What mommy going to do? You know the sweet man try to help with the problem. The daddy find out and chop up the two of them in the ghetto. In the ghetto, still. It never rains, it always pours in the ghetto. What's yours is mine, what's mine is yours in the ghetto. No people go and people come in the ghetto. Never forget that you come from the ghetto. A 13-year-old smoking cocaine, she run away and she don't want to go home again. All are we saying, the girl is a hoe until we find out what she getting on so. But mother best friend is daughter worst enemy. The mother man want a friend with she. The mother like money so she take the man's side against the daughter. Blood in thicker than water. Now she have a baby boy and she don't know who it for. Pillar to post, door to door. Tanty and them don't want she no more. They tell she go and blow your nose where you catch your cold. A citizen at the street at 13 years old. It is hot man. It never rains, it always pours in the ghetto. What's yours is mine, what's mine is yours in the ghetto. People go and people come in the ghetto. Never forget that you come from the ghetto. They say all the bandits living up by we. People afraid to come and walk the taxi. A young girl with a big belly and a sad face. A boy in junior sec have 3 robbery case. Is this the jungle where animals roam? No, this is the place that we call home. Cause all are we together with the good and the bad. We kicking it live down in a backyard. And we don't care about your color, your race or creed. Nobody can stop you if you want to succeed. Get to love never done, get to hope never die. Get to money must run, get to youths must cry in the ghetto. In the ghetto. It never rains, it always pours in the ghetto. What's yours is mine, what's mine is yours in the ghetto. People go and people come in the ghetto. We must never forget that we come from the ghetto. Never forget that you come from the ghetto. Never forget that you come from the ghetto. We black by birth and we mark for life.
What a performance there by the San Juan South Cultural Organization and a powerful performance by Sister Ava. Which brings us to our final performance, a bittersweet moment, Wasafule. The word Wasafule means happy players. The name was given to the group after 2 weeks of vigorous training by a master drummer, Amara Kante from Guinea. The name Happy Players really suits this group, and you will see why. Seeing that Wasafule culminates its evening performances, on behalf of the Emancipation Support Committee, I say thank you for joining us from the comfort of your homes. And remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, stay home, stay safe, and save lives. I hope you enjoyed viewing as much as I enjoyed hosting. And remember, all lives do not really matter until and unless Black lives matter.
Hey!
Thank you.